Hey guys and gals, how's it going today? How you doing? Thank you for hitting the play button. Let's go. Here to learn something today. This is gonna be a quick video. Hopefully I can make it quick, you know. I do try. No, actually I fail. I do. I try to be quick, but it never happens. Let's go. Pew pew pew. Let's see if I can find that again. Never prepared. Oh, I know. I think it's here. Let me see if I can find it here. Here. Yes, found it. There you go. Alright guys, let's blast some airs. What do you think? Huh? What do you think? Check the stream quickly. Those of you that just want to get right into this, you can always hit that old skip forward button. Let's go. Want to make sure you guys can hear me. Sounds like it. Let's go. Okay, we'll close that for later. All right, so what are we doing today? What are we doing? We are fixing right here. Let's see. It is. So you'll get this error, guys, okay? And it says, where did I place that? Sheesh Louise. Here we go. Missing reference exception. The object of type material has been destroyed, but you're still trying to access it. What's up? What's up? In case you guys are wondering, this is what we're talking about. I'm going to get back into doing some more content on this, guys, and I'm going to do a quick video, or try to, on what I've been doing lately. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. So you can find out what's up with that and what's been going on. Where have I been hiding? Let's go. Okay, so here we go. All right. I just ran, I loaded up my 3D game here. Hopefully you guys have been kind of following this along. You know what this is. I don't want to explain it here now. Staying focused and on topic. Okay, that's what I need to try to do. All right. So missing reference exception. I loaded it up, and initially I ran my game. I played it. Now just testing, making sure everything's working and that before I do the stream. And there was another kind of little, but anyways, there's something to do with this wind zone, but I cleared it up. I don't know if it's fixed, but we'll see. If it's not, I'll give you guys do a video for you, because there's a little bit. It's just a yellow warning. It's not a red warning like this one. This is a red warning. That means it's more urgent, more critical to repair. Because, yeah, you got issues, okay? This has to do with memory and cleaning up your memory, This win zone one's just a yellow error. Not too critical to worry about. Okay, so here we go. I brought up the console. Okay. Missing reference exception. The object of type material has been destroyed, but you're still trying to access it. Okay. Your script should either check if it is null, or you should check, or you should not destroy the object. Essentially. Now, obviously, this, just reading this, guys, a little, hint to yourself. Well, the keywords destroy here. Okay, so it has something to do with destroying, obviously, objects. We're cleaning. Most of you understand what the destroy object does, but let's get into it. In the description of the video, I put some information in regards to constructors and methods. Methods, constructors, all the same. Functions. Okay, but just depends, right? They're called methods if they're in a class. Really, that's the only difference. Okay, so let's see. So that's the information on constructors in the description if you want to check it out. What does the destroy method do in Unity? Okay, let's talk about the destroy method. Okay, it's something you type in your code behind, guys. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that. We're gonna bring up the IDE shortly, but let's kind of go over some quick information, and then I'll give you guys and gals 3 solutions to the problem or how to solve it. Now, which solution you want to use, that's up to you. I'm going to give you 3 options here. All right, cool, let's go. Okay, so what does the destroy method do? Well, it's cleaning up. It's key. You need to clean things up, right? Especially when you're instantiating, right? Hopefully, again, you guys, I like to believe that you have a C++ or C# background and a fair understanding, right? If you're learning and you're new to it, oh man, awesome! I support you in your journey, okay? Because it's truly, there's going to be good days and bad days, but roll with the punches, and I support you on your journey. Support you on your journey, okay? Pat on your back for doing it. Let's go. Okay, destroy method. It's a method function. Removes game object. Okay, an object is something in your game. Okay. I need to really get rid of. I want to ignore it. Okay, the object obj is destroyed immediately after the current update loop, or T seconds from now, if a time is specified. Okay, if obj is just short for basically when you're newing up, you create a variable. Really, the obj is just a variable, right? It makes the magic happen. The obj variable is for accessing, right? Methods, variables, whatnot. Okay, so if the obj is a component, this method removes the component from the game object and destroys it. Okay. In Unity, the object.destroy method removes a game object, component, or asset. Now we'll look at the code quickly, I guess. Let's see. Go to here. We'll go into my scripts. The destroy. Okay, it's right there. I'm going to bring up the ID here soon, but essentially that's what we're doing. We're calling the destroy game object, right? The game object, like, this is the great thing about Unity, the way they've set up and built their software. They created this game object where whatever you attach this script to will be the game object. So they make life a little bit easier. So that's kind of nice. So all you have to do really is just put in game object as the parameter or argument. Okay? It would be the argument. When it's called, the object is destroyed immediately after the current update loop. Okay. Now updates, when you see the update method, okay, it's another built-in method with Unity software, and basically it runs. So you've heard the term 60 FPS or 60 frames per second. Well, essentially the update runs every frame, so it's running 60 times per 60 times per second, 60 FPS each frame, yeah, it's 60 times for 60 seconds. There we go. Oh my goodness, yes, I got it right. 60 times for 60 seconds, guys. Okay, the update method is run or called. Okay, so when it's called, the object is destroyed immediately. Okay, so depends where the object is in the game during that time period. Okay, and then it'll get destroyed. So how to use it? To destroy a game object, you can use the code destroy. Insert game object here, right? Essentially, that's what this is. Okay. All right. Right there, guys. Okay, this is in our code behind. You can get a little preview of your code behind here in Unity, which is nice. But I could double click it and bring it up as well. And we're going to do that. But I want to double click something else here shortly. All right, so where am I here? So you'll also need a script that derives from mono behavior, right? This is inheritance. Okay, this is a class that Unity has. It's all background stuff. You can look at that script and such, but you normally don't see it. But it's when you create your class or your script, you're inheriting from mono behavior. Okay, so which is Unity's base class. Okay, that's inheritance, guys. So when to use it, you can use object.destroy to remove game objects or components at runtime. Okay, right? Runtime's when it's actually running. Things are happening, right? Things are moving. That's runtime. We're running things. Okay? You can also use a time delay by specifying a float number as the second argument. Again, time is in seconds, not in integers, I guess, essentially, but time can be in decimal values. That's why float is used. Okay, so here's some things to know about the object.destroy method. Okay, object is the class, I believe. I'd have to go into it, but this method is part of the class, mono behavior class, right? So however you want to call it or look at it, it's all the same. Okay, object.destroy immediate. Okay, there's another one called object or destroy immediate. Okay, this method destroys an object immediately, but it's recommended to use the .destroy instead. Okay, destroy immediate should only be used when writing editor code. I guess if you ran it, you would destroy immediately. Kind of useless if you're destroying your objects immediately, right? Not much of a game. There wouldn't be too many people interested, you know? So on destroy, this method is executed when the scene is closed and a new scene is loaded. Okay, that's something else. There's even some code I have for that as well. You'll see that sometimes. Do not destroy on load, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's another video. So, or when a scene ends in a standalone application. On destroy is only called on game objects that have previously been active. Okay, so we don't really need to get into that much. Okay, so let's go to the console here, console tab. So how to access this? So do a little reading, guys, right? If you're learning and you're trying to debug and become a better debugger, I had to give myself a head shake. I research and I look into things and I like to understand things So I dig deep in research. Okay, hold up, guys. I gotta. Whoo! I had to sneeze, and I didn't want to sneeze with you guys. Okay, whoo! Let's drop this. Okay, because it'll be fun. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's continue, because I know you guys want to get into this. Again, if you're watching and you want to get right to it, that's the great thing about YouTube. You could just hit the old skip forward. Woo! Boom shakalaka, yeah, and there you go. There you are. You're at the problem, or at the solution. Okay, so again, just read a little bit here, and if you look closely, guys, okay, it says, so this has to do with the terrain tools. Little bit of a bug with the, it's basically down, it's all part of Unity, and I added a terrain tools package. So we'll go here quickly, if that's possible with me. Okay, so I'm going to type terrain tools. Okay, so I installed this so that I can, build the little world here, right? You don't need it for every project you're working on, right? It just depends on what you're doing. Okay, so I have it installed, all right? Terrain tools, part of the asset store, guys. Okay, so here we go. Library package cache, blah, 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 da-da-da-da. And then right here, if you look, you see this number here? CS, guys, that immediately should tell you code behind. .cs is C# code, okay? Anytime you see .cs, it's part of the Terrain Toolbox Utilities .cs class, okay? So you can actually click that. So if I think it's control, no, I'm just left clicking on it, okay? So I'm gonna left click on it. Let's bring it up. Here we go. All right, there we go. So if you look, guys, check it out. It says 2061. That refers to line 2061. Oh yeah, that's a lot of code. Again, this is why you put your variables at the top. Hilarious. Oh man, you spend a long time trying to go through all your code, editing a value. If you didn't use variables at the top of your script. 2,000 lines of code later. Hilarious. Okay, so it takes us to 2061. Okay, so here's the problem. So basically it's saying that material has been destroyed, but you're still trying to access it. Okay, when we clicked it, we're in the code behind. Whoops. Okay, this is the code behind. This is actually all of the code that I've created. Okay, just so you have an idea. Okay, if I go to scripts here, I have all these C# script that I've created with this project, and that's all part of the project name itself, right? This is the project name. Okay, this is all the script that's part of the project. Okay, so going to the code behind, right? Destroy. What we're doing here is essentially running this destroy method during the update. Okay. So if the transform blah position, so that whatever this code or script is attached to, it's attached to, what do we have it attached to again? Not the spawn manager, okay? Animal objects, okay? Because we're destroying the animals, not Daisy. Daisy's still, we're keeping Daisy because Daisy's such a good girl. You're gonna have to watch the series here on this little project if you want to know who Daisy is. Let's go. Okay, so here's one of my animals. It's a moose. Okay, and it has the destroy out of bounds script attached to it, okay? Because we're cleaning up the memory and we don't want 10 million objects in our in our game, okay? Things are going to eventually fill up and crash, okay? Not too many people are going to want your program if you're not cleaning things up. It's housekeeping, guys. Got to do a little housekeeping with your code. All right, so that's what we're doing here. So the script is attached to the moose, says, and the horse and the doe. Okay, those are being instantiated. All right, so it depends on their location within the world, right? Based on the location or position, they'll get destroyed at that point. Okay, and so again, whichever object this script is attached to, this is where the game object references. Okay, that's why I was saying Unity is great. All you have to do is put in game object, and all you really have to do is whatever this script is attached to, whichever object, it'll destroy that game object. We don't have to, do things like tagging or whatever, right? So, but I'm not against doing tagging, but that's another video entirely. Okay, and then again, this is just for testing, okay, this line. So, how do we fix this? Okay, so we're back to here, all right? I'm going to get through this quickly, trying to, guys, appreciate your patience. Okay, there's 3 ways of doing this, okay? We're at line 2061. This is where it's talking about M preview. Okay, I'll just go like this. Now it's okay. Yes, this is part of the terrain toolbox utilities. Okay. So just so you guys are aware, right? So when I download the package to my project, this code is part of my project. Okay, so any changes I make here doesn't reflect what's happening at Unity's end. Okay, I'm not doing any changes or updates. Again, every time you download this, just be aware of it. Now, this is going to be an easy fix. Okay, it's not that critical, guys. Okay, so if you create a new project and you install the Terrain Tools package again, you're going to have to probably do this again. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this video. You might see it a lot. Okay, so right here at this line. So here's the first solution. Okay. What you do basically, yeah, it can be a little annoying, but if you double click the error, okay, it'll take us into the Terrain Toolbox Utilities.cs, where we are now. Again, the error is at line 2061. Okay, yes, that's 2,000 lines of code. It's a long look at it here on the side here. Okay. All right, that's as tall as, I don't know, the Statue of Liberty. Sure, let's just roll with that. Okay. So it's trying to call the disable keyword. Okay. All right, this disable keyword. So let's look at this. Here it brings up field. Okay, this again is part of the Terrain Toolbox Utilities. This would be like a variable, right? This is how you access. Again, when you're creating an object, essentially that's an object for accessing. We're accessing this disable method, and this would be the argument parameter. I'm trying to get it sorted in my head. Parameters are parameters. Arguments are what you put in. So arguments are like values, right? So this string is essentially an argument. Yeah. Okay, so what does this say here? I'm trying to get it to bring up something. Come on. Little method. I don't want to go into that. Okay, so this comes up no problem. Again, okay, it's not really going to bring up anything, but, just looking at this, I'll tell you guys that this is, code behind or background code that's part of, this terrain toolbox utilities class, okay? There is a method in here somewhere called this, okay? Disable keyword. All right, so it's trying to call the disable keyword method, okay, when this mpreview material is null. Okay, so essentially the object got to the end of the line and got deleted. All right, so it's null. Something gets deleted, becomes null. Okay, but it's still trying to call it here. It's still trying to call it even though it's gone. Hopefully that kind of makes a little sense. Can't call something if it's gone, right? It's kind of like calling your dog. If you live in New York and you're trying to call your dog that's in California, okay? The dog's gone. Okay, serious? Did I not loop this? I didn't. Oh, I hate when I don't loop things. This drives me crazy, guys. It really does. The commercials aren't paying the bills here, okay? Why should I share your commercials? That's what I say to your commercial. Take that to the bank. Trying to do something here, man. Honestly, I'm trying to do my best here to explain this so you guys understand. Okay, maybe you just want to get right to the solution and solve your problem. That's possible, but there's other people in the world that actually want to understand what's happening. Okay, so that's why I'm going through this. Appreciate being here. All right, so there's already an if statement checking if it's null, right? Essentially, that's what it's doing right here, okay? Checking if it's null. So, here's the first way of fixing this, okay? So, what comes with an if, guys, when you have an if statement, okay? What comes with it? I can hear you yelling it. I know you're yelling it. Okay, there's actually either one thing that comes with it or there's two things that come with an if statement. Well, one of them is else if. Okay. And what comes with an else if, well, would also be, I'm getting carried away here, an else. Whoa. My little curly brackets are getting a little wild here. That's not what I want. Okay, let me fix my curly brackets here properly. Okay, so when you type else if, you normally typically finish it with an else, right? Okay, I know this isn't set up the way it should be, but there you go. Okay, but we don't need the else if. I'm just showing you guys and gals, okay? So, what comes with an if? Well, else if or an else, right? So it's an and or sort of thing, okay? So here we go. So this is the first way of fixing it. Again, I'm stressing that this terrain toolbox utilities, this script here is part of my project, okay? I'm not changing it over at Unity's end, okay? So again, it's part of my project. I can do changes here. This is part, it's kind of like, it's in my house, okay? Unity's 3,000 miles away, and I'm not adjusting or messing up with their code at all, right? I have no access to that or authority or control to do anything like that. But I have a copy of this script, which I can make changes to. Okay, so here we go. this was line 2061. Of course, we moved it down. So now I'm going to cut this line 2061, cut it out, and stick it inside. There we go. That's the first way to fix it, guys. Whoops. Don't lose your curly brackets. Okay? So that's the first way of fixing it. Pretty easy fix. Here's another way of doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna go Control Z. So here's the second way. I'm giving you guys options. So it's up to you how you want to fix this. Okay, so this is, generally speaking, this is the way it looks. Okay, we're gonna put it back to the way it was. Okay, there we go. Back to the way it was. See? Line 2061 right there. All right, and again, it's not dirty anymore, so we don't have to save it. So here's the second way. So I'm gonna go like this so you can see better. All right, so this says if M preview material, which is essentially an object, essentially, is equal to null. Or we could do this. We could add in an OR statement, right? How do you do ORs? I call them pipes. They're above your enter button. I think you have to hold shift. Yeah, you have to hold shift. Sometimes when I go to do pipes, I'll do that. It can be annoying. Shift. Okay, or, now, I gotta check something quickly. Namespaces. Okay, there we go. We're using the system namespace. Awesome. That's perfect. Okay, so I just needed to know that because we would have to add in the namespace if we didn't have access to that library. Okay, so I'm going to type system dot, okay, object dot reference. Okay, and then again, every method or function, guys, has I always say parameters, parentheses. I don't know why. If you guys have been watching my series, you know I mess up parameters and parentheses a lot. Okay, so I'm going to need this, and I'm going to put it inside because now we're using a method that's part of the system namespace. Okay. This is the great thing about the awesome developers that create this software. They think ahead. They think far into the future. The future. Yeah, they're really good at that. So they create these little things for you that make your life easier. And I love it. I appreciate them so much. Okay, you just have to understand how to use it and what which parameters are inside this. Okay, there we go. That's the second way. And then I could just go like this and put it back to kind of the way it was. Notice this is still outside the if statement, guys. Okay, so all we did was add in, this didn't change. Okay, you can rewind and stuff and see, right? I didn't do anything magical or mysterious. All I did was add in this method, which is part of the system. It's an object. It's all kind of, how do they use the word? Levels. Okay, system level, object level, reference method. Okay, you just have to understand that. I'm not the best at explaining things. But I understand, right? I understand what it is. I'm just not the greatest at explaining it. I try though. Okay, but we're not going to get into that. Okay, so all I did was add in the object name, comma, null. It takes 2 parameters. Now I wish it could bring it up. It normally would show that. Usually you can click here and it'll bring something up, but I'm not seeing it. There we go. Okay, it's just telling me the same thing. No, that's the object that's part of this. This object belongs to the terrain toolbox utilities. That's not what I'm trying to access. I'm trying to actually see what two arguments you put in here, but it's not showing me that. I wanted to share that with you guys, that's all. Okay, so that's the second way. Okay? Again, that's what it looks like. Nothing really has changed. Okay, so it's kind of your choice how you want to do it. Okay? So I'm just going to go Control Home, Shift S, because now you want to save your work. Okay, and then we just got to close it. Okay? Don't go close all tabs. Be careful when you're clicking here, guys. You close all tabs and then, well, it's easy to open up your script again, I guess, but just be careful when you're clicking. Okay, that should fix the problem. Hopefully. Now we got some. Okay, let's see. Hang on. Let's see. Okay, for reference. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay. Okay, so we still have the issue. Okay. All right. So that's okay, guys. Let's go back. All right. And if all else fails, go like this. Control X. We'll just, whoops, Control Z. I don't want to mess things up. Delete. Control X. Throw this into an if. There. Okay, we'll try that. Alright, let it build. I've done this first way. The second way was kind of I wanted to test things out. Come on. This has been fixed before. Okay. Just by me doing that, I have fixed it. This should fix it. There we go. Okay, good. Now I was confident in that one working. Still haven't fixed this. We're gonna stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna keep doing more work on this and hopefully get into new projects. But I also want to do other things at the same time. So I got lots on my plate. I'm learning so many different things. Okay, there we go. Now this is okay. I want this. This is part of my script. So that fixed the problem, guys. Okay. I'm going to bring up Visual Studio again. Okay, this is still here. I could go to line 2061. Okay, now I do apologize, guys. I thought the second one might be another solution. Does not seem to be, but this is 100% guaranteed to solve that issue. Okay, if you fix it here internally. Okay, and again we could close. Right, we don't need that open. All right, so here's the third way. Okay, I'll get into it. And now I did that one just because I wanted to test it, and I should have tested it first, but that's okay. Now we know, right? We got to talk about it. Okay, so if you go back to your destroy out of bounds code, so here's a question you ask yourself. Are you destroying the spawned object or the prefab you're referencing? Okay, so that's a good question. Okay, so if you understand what you're doing inside here, you'll realize that with our spawn manager, we're spawning the prefabs. That's why I'm adamant about repeating which objects to place inside here, inside your script. Okay? We are not using the originals. We're using the prefabs. Okay? So that answers that question. The question was, are you destroying the spawned object or the prefab you're referencing? Okay, so the answer is, we're destroying the prefab. Okay? Well, the prefab is essentially the spawned object, so it's kind of an odd question, but here's a better way to rephrase it. Are we destroying the original or are we destroying the prefab? Well, the answer is we're just destroying the prefab. Okay, so here's another way of doing it. Now, I haven't tested this, guys. Kind of doing live testing here with you. Okay, so we created this. Let's see. Usually, okay, let me just see something here quickly. Looking for a game object. Do we have a game object anywhere? Here we go. Game object. This is kind of what I wanted to see. I didn't want to type it in here. I needed code where I actually was utilizing the game object. Where is that again? Where'd you go? Barnacles! I just seen you here. Player controller. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, we're here. We found it again. Okay, so that is our projectile prefab. What is that? Well, it's basically the slice of pizza. Okay, again, that's this is the original object. It's, I guess, technically being destroyed first. So yeah, that's the other question too, or the other so we do have, technically speaking, I just realized we do have 3 original objects here. Okay, but all the new ones that are being spawned by the spawn manager are prefabs. Okay, let's be clear and understanding. So I do have 3 original objects, which are up here. And same thing with the pizza. Okay, that is an original object. So I, technically speaking, do have 4 objects that need to be that are being deleted, that are not prefabs. Okay, so I guess I should have been clear about that. Okay, so going back to the code, I'm almost done, guys. Wanted to show you a third way of doing this, that's all. Okay, so, and I have to kind of give you an understanding what I'm talking about and what is the project. What is the projectile prefab? I mean, I can talk about it. I can say the words, but you're going to be like going, what is the projectile prefab? What is he talking about? That's why I'm talking about it, right? So you guys clearly understand. It's called being clear. Okay? The projectile prefab is there, right there. The pizza slice that Bob's holding. Okay, so for example, so here's another cool way. It's kind of a neat way of doing it. I like it. So somewhere in here, we are we destroying it? No. Okay, I don't think we're destroying it. It's getting destroyed. Let me just look here. That's a good thing. Let's look into this. Dive into it a little deeper. Okay, so it is technically speaking being destroyed by, let's see, the code, or destroyed code, right? Again, this destroy out of bounds code will delete or clear our memory. Anything that goes past these boundaries. This is a boundary line. Okay? It's kind of like going out of the end zone, playing football, you know? Or out of bounds in basketball. You know, as soon as you get out of bounds, that's it, right? Things are stopping. Right? So this, yeah, just that's what these values are. That's one end zone, and this is the other end zone, essentially. Okay, so technically speaking, this class here is destroying our original objects. Okay, but inside your code too, now I haven't written it. I guess I could have, but I was using this to control all that, essentially, to do all the cleaning up for me. I was relying on this to do all the cleaning up for everything without thinking of, am I clearing my originals? Because I knew in the back of my mind that I was clearing my prefabs 100%. I knew I was doing that, right? When I was creating this code, without actually thinking a little bit further and going, well, what about my original objects, right? So with my original objects, I could have done this, right? And I just wanted to show you as an example. So that's why I'm talking a lot, because I'm leading up to something here. It's kind of like being a narrator in a story, right? There's a little bit of foreshadowing, maybe some foreplay thrown in. The occasional euphemism, you know? So I needed a game object, okay? So inside my code here, I could actually, not inside my update code, but I could actually, there's another method which is awesome. It's called awake. All right, we haven't used that one. Okay, so I could go like this. This is kind of cool. I like this. We do it inside. So right here, I want to go like this, and I want to go like this. Okay, do not destroy this. Okay, I do want to destroy it, but here's another way of doing things. Okay, let's say I didn't want to destroy it, but for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to show you another way of doing this. Okay, so game object, we're going to create a clone. Okay, you guys know what a clone is, right? So we're instantiating. Essentially, we are instantiating. Okay, I don't know if I should be doing it here. I do have an instantiate right here. I mean, I could technically cut this out, but just for demonstration purposes, just ignore this. Let's just pretend it's not here. Control KC. Whoops. Okay. Instantiate. Okay. Now it would say game object. That's nice. Comes up, but that's not what I want. Okay. The original. Okay. What's our original? Well, this is our original. And transform position. Common stuff, right? Yeah, if you understand. Again, the instantiate has 10 overloads, so it's just a matter of you figuring out which one you want to use based on your code, right? Just depends on what you have for variables and blah, 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 blah. Okay? That's for you to research and figure out. Okay? Comma. And then transform rotation as well. Tar dot rotation. This is common stuff. You'll see what to put inside these methods. Okay, 1 2 3. Okay, so we're instantiating the original and storing it into a clone game object. Okay, and then here we go. Now it says don't destroy immediate, but I mean you could go destroy clone. Boom. And then there you go. And then like that. Okay? Or you could go destroy immediate clone. Okay, guys? And we could test it, I guess, see what's up. See if we break anything. But that's kind of another way of doing this, right? Again, the player is holding the original slice of pizza, right? You see right here, this is not a prefab, guys, right? Okay, let's run it. Does it get destroyed? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, let's see. And off she goes. I don't see it here, so it looks like it. Okay, let's run it again. Where's that slice of pizza? Where are you? There it is. It's gone. Okay, so it works. Big yays! Big yays. These are the yays we're throwing out today, guys. Whoops. Alright, awesome sauceum. There you guys and gals go. There you go. Now, take note. I commented this out. This is the code here that would instantiate our prefabs, right? Here I just wanted to show you to make sure this is what you would do to destroy an object that's not a prefab, right there. Okay, guys? That's the end of that. Hopefully that helps. Again, I was trying to show you guys 3 ways of doing it. Again, I can't bring up the original code right now because, you know, I'd have to create errors to be able to bring that up. And there's none here. We cleaned it up. So, again, big yays on that. I like doing that. All right, guys, appreciate it. Again, so there's 2 ways. The first 2 solutions to the problem. The first one being going into the actual terrain tools code behind. That works, guys, okay? The first one worked, the second one didn't, all right? That's why I'm showing things so that you can see what works, what doesn't. Now you know what to do and what not to do. And then when we're talking about prefabs in your original objects, again, this is what I call an original object, or an object that's in the game. We're not instantiating that object, right? It's part of the game. Again, so we have to still clean that up. And then I was relying on this destroy out of bounds method here to kind of clean things up. So hopefully that helps you guys out in solving your problem or the issue. Again, it's not a real big issue, but that's how you do it. Johnny with Whiskey Tango Coding. Appreciate you guys watching. You guys are all awesome, every single one of you, especially if you're listening to me talk right now. You definitely are awesome. So much love, and I'll see you guys in the next video. For now, Johnny's saying peace out. Peace.